Imagine a wall so long that it would take a person more than a year to reach from one end to the other. A structure that took millions of people to build and cost countless labor, resources, and lives. This wall, stretching across mountains, deserts, rivers, valleys, and the edge of the sea, is not just a structure of bricks and stones. It is a symbol of thousands of years of history, war, power, and the indomitable will of man. The name of this wall is the Great Wall of China. This structure, which is about 21,196 kilometers long, is known as one of the wonders of the world. From a distance, it looks like a huge stone dragon moving along the mountaintop. But the question is, why was this Great Wall built? What is the relationship between the dragon and it? Why are there so many legends surrounding it? And despite having such a huge defense system, why was it not completely successful in stopping the enemies? In today's video, we will learn about the history of the Great Wall of China, the real events behind it, the popular stories, and the mysteries that still amaze history lovers today. The Great Wall of China is not a single wall. It is a vast network of walls, forts, and defenses built at different times. Over the centuries, different dynasties have built new sections and renovated old ones to suit their needs. If all the parts are counted together, its total length is more than 21,000 kilometers. To understand its vastness, imagine, even if you cross the distance from Dhaka to Cox's Bazar in Bangladesh over and over again, it will not equal the length of this wall. However, over time, many parts of it have been destroyed. Due to natural erosion, war, and human neglect, many parts of the wall are no longer in their original condition. In 1985, 3 explorers claimed to have walked from one end of the Great Wall to the other in a long and arduous journey. The expedition took them about 510 days. They accomplished this extraordinary feat by battling mountains, deserts, intense heat, and freezing temperatures. The path of this wall, which stretches across northern China, is not easy at all. In some places it climbs steep mountains, in others it cuts through arid deserts, and in some parts it even reaches close to rivers and seashores. The wall winds its way through such a diverse natural environment that from a distance it really looks like a huge dragon lying on the ground. And from here the legend of the dragon was born. For many people in China, the Great Wall is not only a defense system, but also part of their culture and beliefs. According to an ancient legend, thousands of years ago, a divine dragon descended from the sky and traversed a specific path through mountains and valleys. Later, people followed that path and built the Great Wall. Although there is no historical evidence for this story, it has been an important part of Chinese folklore for centuries. In Chinese culture, dragons are seen as symbols of strength, good fortune, prosperity, and protection. Many believe that the Great Wall is a giant stone dragon guarding the country's borders. However, if we look beyond the world of legend and look at history, the reasons for building the Great Wall were much more real. Thousands of years ago, agricultural societies began to develop in the fertile plains of northern China. People settled along the banks of the Yellow River and prospered through agriculture. On the other hand, the vast grasslands and deserts of the north were inhabited by various nomadic tribes. They mainly depended on animal husbandry and moved from one place to another. Over time, conflicts between these nomadic groups and the agricultural Chinese states increased. Border raids, looting, and clashes were frequent. As a result, various Chinese states began to build defensive walls along their border areas to protect their farmlands, cities, and people. An important event occurred in the 3rd century BC. Emperor Qin Shi Huang came to power by uniting the various warring states of China. He is known in history as the first emperor of China. After unifying the country, he realized that it was extremely important to repel attacks from the north. So he ordered the walls previously built by various states to be connected and strengthened. Thus began a new chapter in the construction of the Great Wall. However, the vast Great Wall that we see today was not entirely built during the reign of Qin Shi Huang. Subsequent dynasties, especially the Han and Ming dynasties, built new sections and renovated old sections over hundreds of years. As a result, the Great Wall is not a single construction. It is a massive engineering feat that took place over centuries. But behind this gigantic project was an unimaginable sacrifice of people. Thousands of workers, soldiers, farmers, and prisoners were employed in the construction work. Working in inaccessible mountains, scorching deserts, and freezing regions was extremely difficult. Many workers lived away from their families for years. Hard labor, insufficient food, disease, and accidents led to countless deaths. That is why the history of the Great Wall is not only a history of glory, but also a history of sacrifice and hardship. As amazing as the construction of the Great Wall is, the human stories behind it are just as poignant. When we look at this massive structure today, we may only see its beauty and grandeur. But for those who built it thousands of years ago, it was a story of hard work, suffering, and a struggle for survival. Many parts of the wall were built in areas that are still difficult to reach. Some were steep mountains, some were rocky valleys, and some were vast deserts. Far from modern machinery, workers at that time had to do most of the work using hand tools. Moving huge stones, soil, and bricks from one place to another was also a great challenge. In many cases, workers had to carry the construction materials up the mountaintops on their own shoulders. Historians believe that ordinary peasants, soldiers, prisoners, and forced laborers were used in the construction. Long periods away from their families, harsh weather, and lack of adequate food made their lives miserable. As a result, many people died during the construction. Although historians disagree on the exact number of lives lost, most researchers agree that the number was very large. That is why, over time, a perception has developed around the Great Wall that it is the largest cemetery in the world. However, a popular story says that the bodies of dead workers were buried inside the wall. But historians have not found solid evidence to support this claim. According to most researchers, although many workers were buried near the construction site, their bodies were not used inside the wall. Nevertheless, the countless deaths have made this structure one of the most painful construction projects in human history. Now the question is, how was it possible to build such a strong wall without modern cement or heavy machinery? The answer lies in the engineering skills of the time. Different parts of the Great Wall were built with different materials. Stone was used where stone was readily available, and terracotta bricks were used in the flat areas. The sections built during the Ming Dynasty were particularly strong. These sections used large bricks and cut stones. A lime-based mortar was used to bond the bricks together. Research has shown that glutinous rice extract was also used in some parts, which made the construction even stronger. This is why many parts of the Great Wall still stand today, despite enduring hundreds of years of storms, rain, snowfall, and earthquakes. By now, you must be wondering, did a defense system so massive, so powerful, and so expensive really serve its purpose? The answer is not as simple as it seems. The Great Wall undoubtedly played an important role in protecting China's borders. It was able to largely control the movement of small raiding parties, bandits, and border robbers. It also allowed the Chinese Empire to monitor enemy movements and send out quick warnings. But history testifies that no wall in the world is completely impregnable. In the 13th century, one of the world's most powerful conquerors, Genghis Khan, and his Mongol army launched an invasion of China. Despite numerous defenses, the Mongols were able to overcome the wall through various tactics, attacks, and sometimes internal cooperation. Later, around 1550, then came the year 1644, a pivotal year in Chinese history. At that time, the Manchu army crossed the Great Wall and entered China. Taking advantage of political instability and internal conflict, they seized power and brought down the Ming Dynasty. This began the Qing or Qing Dynasty, which ruled China for the next several centuries. These events proved that a wall alone cannot protect a country forever. when the internal political situation weakens, even the strongest defenses can become ineffective. This is why many historians believe that the Great Wall was, on the one hand, a remarkable feat of engineering, and on the other, not entirely successful from a military perspective. Today, this wall no longer fights against any enemy. Rather, it stands as a living witness to history for the millions of people who come from all over the world every year. Looking at this wall, which winds its way up the mountainside, it seems as if time itself has turned to stone and stood here. It is not just a structure of bricks, stones, and lime. It is a symbol of human dreams, hard work, sacrifice, struggle, and the indomitable will of civilization. The Great Wall of China still stands today, witnessing thousands of years of storms, wars, and the rise and fall of empires. And perhaps that is why its name is still spoken with special respect and awe among the countless wonders of the world. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell icon to watch more videos based on history, mystery, and unknown facts. Goodbye here, like today. Thank you.